Yes. yeah, definitely. Unexpected.
Unexpected. Where'd it come from, do you think? Did the car just come alive? Did you find it?
Yeah, we made some setup changes yesterday night. We were not happy in FP2, and then, we tried something experimental, to be honest, that we didn't try any other race, and FP3 was tricky to drive, but potentially faster, and as I said, not comfortable car to drive, but not too bad.
You can't give us any insight into what you tried experimentally?
No.
No, okay. What about the race tomorrow, though? What about the race pace? You know what's going on ahead of you at the front. Would you be happy to keep that P6 or maybe challenge Charles?
I will be extremely happy. I think we have some fast cars behind. You know, the Hasses, they've been very, very strong the whole weekend, so I don't know what happened in quali, but normally on Sunday they are strong. Hadjar as well, even Bortoleto and Antonelli. I mean, there are some fast cars behind, so we have to keep the feet in the ground, but we take day by day, and today is a happy day.
As someone who's been there, can I just ask you one final question? What would you suggest those three drivers battling it out for the championship do tonight? Is there anything they should do, anything they shouldn't do? What would be your...
Sleep. Sleep well. And tomorrow, if they can race behind us, if they can give the way to us, and we overtake three cars in the first couple of laps, and then they fight behind us.
Great, thanks. Well, that looks like some recovery from where the car's been this weekend. Do you and the team know where it came from? Did you work on something specific?
I changed completely the car from FP2 to FP3, and it felt a little bit better, but I couldn't really see that in terms of performance just yet. So and then in qualifying I was really, really happy with the 2 laps in Q3. I really went all in, and it was either I finished a lap or crash into the wall, but luckily I finished the laps and I'm pretty happy with them, so there wasn't anything more we could have done today.
What about the race pace? How concerned are you that you won't be able to keep that P5, or do you think you've got enough looking at who's behind you? I mean, Fernando Alonso and people, you can keep them at bay?
I don't know because everybody seemed to be very, very strong in race pace. We weren't strong in FP2, but we changed so much the car from FP2 that I still have hopes that we made it better for the race as well. But only time will tell. It will be a bit more of a difficult car to drive, but I think a faster one, and I hope, being faster is eventually what matters, but I just hope the car will be okay to drive for a whole race distance.
Well done, Steph. Thanks. Hi, Lewis. When we spoke yesterday, you said there were some changes you wanted to make overnight in the car to get a better balance. Were the changes made for today?
Yeah, we made lots of changes. The car felt great today.
And the car felt great. So when you said on the radio, the same thing again, are you referring to your performance in qualifying? Mm-hmm. And you don't know why, it's just you can't find it at the moment, that skill you've been known for? All right, I'll leave it to it. Thanks, Lewis.
Luis, what happened in this last tour set so that you left there 3/10?
I don't know.
Really, I can understand you. Can I ask you if you have the words to describe how much it's hard?
I don't have the words to describe the feeling I have inside. It was an unbearable amount of anger and rage, and there's not really much I can say about it.
On to that tomorrow.
Hello, George.
Hello.
Hello, George.
Another 4th place start.
Thrilling.
Yeah, but you're right amongst it.
Yes.
Second row of the grid. What sort of a mood are you in for getting involved with those top 3 tomorrow?
My mood is the same as any other race, to be honest. Obviously, I know what's on the line for those 3, but you just got to treat it like a normal race. I think in normal circumstances we don't have the pace, but obviously if lap 1 finishes in the order we start the race, I can't imagine Max just driving off into the sunset. So there could be opportunity.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, funnily enough. We really were expecting the unexpected tomorrow from that kind of starting position, because he's not going to disappear off into the distance. What are your tactics? You were hoping from the toe from Max today as well?
Yeah, I mean, it was a subtle hint to the Red Bull pit wall to sort of like consider it, because, you need somebody in the mix, but the truth is they were too quick for us today. We were obviously the top of Q2, but we were on new tyres, everyone else was on old tyres, so I think we knew deep down they had 3 or 4 attempts to come.
Just speaking of that, George, obviously P4 front row straight for what's going to happen tomorrow with the top title contenders, but does that feel a little bit disappointing after P3? You put in that superb lap in P3, it looked really, really strong from our side, or or from your side and the data that you go through, is that sort of what you expect a qualifying to end up?
Honestly speaking, I think that's what we expected. My lap in P3 was really strong, and I knew that people would usually get a bit closer come qualifying. And when you looked at the power modes people are running, I think we knew a good session would be around P3 and a bad one would be around P5. So P4, split the middle, that's just where we've been this season.
George, I just got to take you back to that start tomorrow. Imagine, I mean, either Lando or Oscar have a bad start. Do you go for the lunge, or because they're like in the championship fight, you would attack a little bit less than usual? How do you think you will approach that?
Honestly, I think I'm just going to treat it like any other race. You know, if there's an opportunity and if there's a gap, if this was race one of the season, I wouldn't be aiming to do anything reckless, but I'm not going to leave opportunities on the table. So I also want to finish on the podium. I also want to finish the season on the high. And I've got to be honest, I won't sleep better or worse no matter who wins the championship tomorrow. So I'll be doing my own thing and go from there.
Unless you touch wheels and massively influence the outcome.
Yeah, for sure. But that's not the intention. That's not the intention of any driver. And as I said, I won't be risking more. I won't be risking less. And just go about my business like normal.
George, can I just quickly ask you about the dinner the other evening? All 17 of you out at dinner. You were sat between Oscar and Lando, or at least with the picture you were there. There you are, right between them. Was there a lot of chat? Was a lot of ribbing? If the three still involved? How did that all go?
No, conversation wasn't really about racing, but I'll leave that to your imagination. So no, it was nice. It was nice because, you know, we are all rivals. You're all competing against one another, but we all have this one thing in common, that we're traveling the world together, and nights like that just give you that chance to sort of bond a little bit and enjoy it.
And Pierre picked up the tab. What a nice guy.
Yeah, very kind of him.
It's your turn next year, right? We understand. There we go. Best luck tomorrow.
So
we'll let you skedaddle. Happen ends the season with the most poles in 2025 with 8. And remember, the last 10 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix have been won from that position. He's been asked just now in the press conference about how he's going to approach the start tomorrow.
All out. I have nothing to lose, so for me, of course, I'm going to try to win the race. I'm going to defend. If I need to attack, I'll attack, because what can happen? You had a second or third, or you win. That would be fantastic.
Well, Andrea, it's very, very close. It's more or less to the 10th of a second, the same lap time for Lando and Oscar, both are 1:22.4. Are you disappointed, or will that do, being second and third?
Well, first of all, let me say that having Oscar and Lando so close, well, that's the story of the season. You know, like this qualifying is symbolic of what's been a very, very close performance between Oscar and Lando, and it's fair and it's good that they are both here fighting for the championship and in a good position to do so. In terms of the qualifying itself, Verstappen and Red Bull had 1 or 2 tenths more than us today, so fair enough that they are in pole position. Happy with the performance. I think Oscar and Lando managed to extract what was available in the car today. It was not a simple qualifying session, because this has been, I think, the tightest qualifying in terms of how compact the whole field was between the fastest and the slowest, so it required quite a lot of attention in terms of tire usage, delivering on laps. So overall, I think a positive day in the economy of the championship. It's in our hands, but we need to deliver tomorrow.
Okay, well, could you just give us finally a little thought about tomorrow? Is there a little bit of a difference in terms of wing level from Oscar to Lando? Some of the GPS data suggested that Oscar was a little bit quicker on the straights. And how crucial is it that, as you say, it's in your hands, Russell is 4th, maybe that could have complicated matters for you?
So there is no difference in terms of rear wing setting. They are on the same configuration. So any speed difference that we see will be due to slipstream to the car ahead. So we have definitely seen enough that the cars deliver perfectly from a downforce drag point of view. So that's all good. Russell, Leclerc, definitely we are not alone. It's going to be a complex race, but one in which we have to do the best job possible and deliver and let Lando and Oscar have their options, possibilities for the championship.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for talking to us. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Hi Lando. So close, but a mega couple of laps from Max in that final qualifying. How are you feeling right now? You are in a position where you could win it if you don't do anything tomorrow except stay there. But are you expecting some games perhaps? Maybe back you into the pack a little bit? Or?
There's no point thinking of too much. I mean, I'll go and sit with my guys and girls and see how we can best prepare for tomorrow and prepare for every eventuality. But, the goal is still to try win the race tomorrow. That's still our mindset. It's definitely not going to be a simple one by any means, and probably the most complicated race I might have. But the mindset is still how can we win the race tomorrow, and that's going to be the approach. Everyone thinks I don't need to take any risks, and hopefully I can use that to my advantage. But we just weren't quick enough today, so it wasn't like the laps. No, I was very happy with my lap. It felt very strong. Just we weren't quick enough. We didn't have enough space in the car, so I'm hoping that just magically appears tomorrow and we can be a bit quicker. Otherwise, they were just too quick.
You mentioned you don't need to take any risks. So have you thought about the approach to turn one? We saw Max tap Oscar, P1, P2, had contact last year. Have you thought about that at all, or will you look at that tonight or previous starts?
No, I mean, look, I know what I have to do, but it's never as simple as just saying stay there or do this, Everyone has their own agenda, so like I said, the only thing I can do is go focus on my own stuff, prepare the best way I can, and wait to see what happens.
And hopefully sleep badly, I seem to remember you said.
I've been sleeping too much the last 2 nights, so yeah. Tonight I need to sleep
Jump on a boat out there for a few hours and... We wish you all the best for tomorrow. Thanks, Lando. Hi, Oscar. It must have been nice to finally get into a rhythm today, but how frustrating is it, I guess, that this ends up being the FP1 session that you missed? I know it's arranged well in advance. Would it have helped you, do you think? Or
I mean, missing a practice session is never going to help, but it's a track that we all know pretty well. Ultimately, it's a session we decided together to miss, so I can't complain.
You've got the biggest task tomorrow. Do you make a move at the start and hope the rest sorts itself out behind you? How do you approach that start?
Not really sure yet. I haven't thought that far ahead, but obviously to try and win the championship, I need more than to just simply win the race. We'll see what that entails.
Or does that mean then sitting back watching the two in front of you, get your popcorn out and let them tussle?
It could do. We'll see how it gets played.
And are you okay with if it gets to the point where the team needs your help for Lando to take that role?
I mean, we'll still discuss it. I've not had any direct discussions about that yet, but until either Max or Lando cross the line ahead of me, then I'm still in the running. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow.
We don't enjoy asking you that for sure, but I guess it's a bigger picture, longer term, isn't it, that everyone has to consider in the end?
Yeah, definitely. It's obviously not the easiest decision for anybody, but again, we'll discuss it before the race.
Wish you all the best tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you.